Do you think in that line of questioning, free health care, food assistance, free college tuition, driver's licenses, and cash assistance, do you think that that's helping or hurting this government manage its border security and policies?
Well, Minnesota ranks first in health care. We rank third in safety on our roads.
Let me answer that for you. It's actually hurting because what you've
making
created
my state safer
is
and more
you've created a
prosperous.
state that is now a magnet.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button because today we have an absolute masterclass in holding the radical left accountable. Look, we've all been watching the Democrats gaslight us for years now, right? They stand up there at the podium, look us dead in the eye, and tell us the border is secure while millions of unvetted people pour in. They tell us their policies are mainstream while they push the most fringe, woke agenda we've ever seen. And honestly, it gets exhausting trying to keep track of all the spin. But every now and then, you get a guy like Representative Eli Crane who just refuses to play their little games. Today, we are looking at a clip of Eli Crane absolutely taking a bulldozer to Governor Tim Walz in a committee hearing. I'm telling you, this isn't just a political disagreement, it's a complete dismantling of the entire progressive playbook. Walz sits there trying to play the folksy Midwestern dad, and Crane just pulls the mask completely off. It is beautiful to watch. Let's roll the full tape, and then we are going to break down exactly how Crane exposed this guy for exactly who he is. Check this out.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Governor Walz, you stated in your opening statement the following: but nothing Minnesota has done stands in the way of federal government managing its border security policy.
Okay.
Governor, I want to ask you, why are you lying to this committee?
I am not.
Who's the top law enforcement officer in the state of Minnesota?
The top law enforcement officer? Yep. Attorney General.
Yeah, that's right. What's his name? What's his name?
Are you asking me, do you know his name?
Do you know his name? Do you know his name?
I know the AG Ellison.
This is an article right here I'd like to submit for the record. Minnesota AG says will not enforce federal immigration laws as DOJ threatens to prosecute officials who resist.
Without objection, so ordered.
Why are you lying to this committee? That is the top law enforcement officer in your state who's saying he will not comply with the federal government.
Nothing in his opinion changes the fact that state law requires all state and county officials to ask for immigration status when a convicted felon.
No, I'm sorry, Governor. He is saying he will not comply with federal laws. That's your top law enforcement officer. You're lying and misrepresenting yourself to this committee. Now I want to ask you this. Do you think in that line of questioning, free health care, food assistance, free college tuition, driver's licenses, and cash assistance, do you think that that's helping or hurting this government manage its border security and policies?
Well, Minnesota ranks first in health care. We rank third in safety on our roads.
Let me answer that for you. It's actually hurting because what you've
making
created
my state safer
is
and more
you've created a
prosperous.
state that is now a magnet that is
There's
drawing
no
the
law.
illegals
There's no sanctuary
to
law in
Minnesota.
Minnesota, Congress.
I know you guys haven't put it that way on the books, but your state has everything, every element in it that is consistent with the sanctuary state.
That's
Moving
incorrect.
on, Mr. Walz. How about you calling ICE agents modern-day Gestapo? That also stands. Do you think that helps our federal government carry out its law enforcement?
I think best practices in law enforcement
policies?
by identifying who you are, identifying the vehicles, and making sure everyone has due process helps our law enforcement. I think covering your faces.
So you think that helps calling our law enforcement agents that? What does ICE stand for, Governor? Immigration, Custom Enforcement, right? These are the guys that are tasked with enforcing immigration, federal immigration laws?
That's right. That's their job. It's not the state's job.
You think that calling them Gestapo is helping? You're not standing in the way. None of the messaging, none of the rhetoric is standing in the way of this administration doing what they've been tasked to do. Is that what you're saying?
I think what would help them is to follow due process, and when they do these missions, do the things that we expect of law enforcement.
How about when you went on Anderson Cooper, Governor Walz, and you said, how high is this wall? If it's 25 feet, then I'll invest in a 30-foot ladder factory. Do you think that helps our federal government carry out its law enforcement, its border security and policy operations?
When did I say that?
You went on Anderson Cooper and said that. Do you not remember saying that? Because you've said so many outlandish things that you can't even keep track of them?
The point being is...
The clip is there for everybody. It's there for all Americans. If you guys want to go watch it, it's an easy Google. All right. Governor, you recently went on Gavin Newsom's podcast. You stated in regards to MAGA voters, I scare them a little bit, which is why they spend so much time on me. No, I'm serious because they know I can fix a truck. That's your direct quote. You also said on the show, I think I could kick most of their asses. I want to be very clear with you, Governor. You do scare us a bit, but it's not because you can fix a truck or change a tire. It's actually because of your radical left-wing agenda. You supported putting tampons in boys' bathrooms. You advocated for the disarming of Americans of their Second Amendment rights. You're pro-sanctuary city, as we have uncovered here today. You claim there is no guarantee to free speech when it comes to misinformation and hate speech. That right there is why the American people have such a hard time with you. It's not because we're crazy MAGA people. It's because of your radical left-wing agenda. I want to ask you on that last one where you claim there's no guarantee to free speech. Did you pick that up on one of your 30 trips to communist China, Governor? That sounds a lot like something that they would do. Yes or no?
So I don't believe hate speech has a place in there. Hate speech that incites violence.
Governor Walz, you said that Kamala Harris picked you for vice president to code talk to white guys. How did that work out for this administration? How well did you do with white guys?
I don't have the data.
You lost by 22 points to white guys. And it's because you talk like the way you do, you say the things you do, and you have this radical left-wing ideology. So if you want to continue that rhetoric, go on, brother. Keep doing it. We'll keep destroying you in elections.
And
Thank you, and I yield back.
The people of Minnesota will continue to have me serve them.
Wow. Just wow. I mean, did you guys watch the same thing I just did? Hit the like button right now if you wish every single Republican had the backbone Eli Crane just showed right there, because that is how it's done. Let's just start right from the top, because Crane comes out swinging. Walz tries to pull this whole, well, Minnesota hasn't done anything to stop federal border security routine, and Crane doesn't even blink. He just looks at him and says, why are you lying to this committee? Boom, right out of the gate. He brings the receipts on Keith Ellison, the state's top cop, flat out refusing to enforce federal immigration law. Walz gets completely cornered, and you can see the panic set in. And then it gets worse for him. Crane brings up the fact that Minnesota is handing out free healthcare, free college tuition, food assistance, and driver's licenses to people who broke into the country. Walz tries to spin it like, oh, we're highly ranked in healthcare. Give me a break, Tim. It's a giant neon open for business sign for illegal immigration. You and your party created a massive welfare magnet with our tax dollars, and you wonder why the system is collapsing. You can't make this stuff up. But the part that genuinely made my blood boil is when Crane brings up the Gestapo comment. This guy, a sitting governor, actually called ICE agents, federal law enforcement officers who put their lives on the line to keep cartels and human traffickers out of our neighborhoods, modern-day Gestapo. Think about how disgusting that is. It just shows you the utter contempt the Democrat Party has for law enforcement. And then when Crane brings up the Walz's 30-foot ladder factory comment, the guy suddenly gets amnesia. When did I say that? Oh, I don't know, Tim. Maybe on national television with Anderson Cooper. He treats border security like it's a stand-up comedy routine. It's embarrassing. And look, we have to talk about the tough guy act. Crane brings up the Gavin Newsom podcast because, of course, Walz was on Newsom's podcast, a match made in radical left heaven. Walz claims MAGA voters are scared of him because he can fix a truck and could kick their asses. Folks, let's be real for a second. Nobody is intimidated by Tim Walz changing a spark plug. We aren't as scared of him. We are repulsed by his policies. Eli Crane nailed it. We aren't voting against you because of your truck, Tim. We're voting against you because you're forcing tampons into boys' middle school bathrooms. We're voting against you because you want to gut the Second Amendment and leave law-abiding citizens defenseless. We're voting against you because you've turned your state into a sanctuary for criminals. And Crane doesn't let up. He brings up the First Amendment, and Walz basically admits he doesn't believe in free speech if he deems it hate speech or misinformation, which, let's translate that from Democrat speak, misinformation just means anything that goes against their narrative. Crane beautifully points out that maybe Walz picked up that little authoritarian habit during his 30 trips to communist China. Absolute gold. To cap it all off, Crane drops the hammer on the whole VP situation. Kamala Harris picked this guy to be the white guy whisperer, right? He was supposed to bring in the working class dudes. And what happened? He lost the white male vote by 22 points. Because working class guys aren't stupid. They see right through the camo hat and the fake tough guy routine. They see a radical, far-left politician who cares more about open borders and woke gender ideology than he does about the American people. Eli Crane said it best at the end. Keep talking, Tim. Keep putting this radical left-wing agenda on full display, because the more the American people hear it, the more they reject it at the ballot box. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Did Eli Crane completely roast Tim Walz or what? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video so we can keep exposing these frauds. I'll see you in the next one.